What's going on, everybody? Liam O'Reilly, Vermont economic realtor. Hope you're doing well. The housing market is still very hot, at least here in Vermont. And according to this Redfin article, it's very hot in a lot of other housing markets as well. Housing market update: home prices post small increase as mortgage rate drop attracts buyers. Now, this is something that we are definitely experiencing here in Vermont. The past probably the past four or five offers that I've submitted with buyers of mine have been multiple offer situations. They've been, the prices got bid up. People are back to waiving contingencies. It's just the mentality of the market right now. There's not much inventory out there, and there's still a lot of buyers who want to purchase property. From my experience, who I'm talking with, these buyers aren't necessarily looking at the mortgage rate and saying, this mortgage rate's too high. I'm going to wait for either prices to fall or the mortgage rate to come down. The buyers that I'm working with, that I'm speaking with, are people who say, look, my goal is to buy a home in 2023. That's it. How do I do that? How do I buy a home in 2023? You know, Buyers of mine are basically doing whatever they can to get into a property because they're either not happy with where they're living, or they just know that this has been the market for the past few years, and this has become the new norm. Now let's see what's going on with the rest of the market. Obviously, not that the market couldn't change, and the bidding wars could shift from being the new norm, but at least as of right now, it's not showing any signs of slowing. So home prices fell from a year earlier in 18 of the 50 most populous metros, right? So not even half of the most populous metros around America are seeing price decreases. And some of them are pretty nominal, less than 2%. But for a lot of other, oh, sorry about that. For a lot of other markets, the prices are stable or increasing, and that's what's going on here in Vermont. Prices are increasing. Now let's see here. This is what I wanted to highlight. Leading indicators of home buying activity. For the week of January 19th, 30-year mortgage rates dropped. Mortgage purchase applications during the week ending January 13th jumped 25% from a week earlier, seasonally adjusted. They were down 35% from a year earlier. So that's pretty interesting. They're trending upward, but still down year over year. And something that I've said to a lot of buyers here in Vermont, at least with the local Vermont market, is last year around this time, almost every home that hit the market was getting 10 to 20 offers. Basically, that was the standard. It hit the market, it was gone. 10 to 20 offers, well over asking price. Now, I mean, now they still have that. Another agent in my office submitted an offer on a property. They went 115,000 over asking. The property was listed for under 300,000. So I think the property was a little underpriced, but still, I mean, they anyway went 115,000 over asking, no contingencies, and didn't get the property. I think there were 14 offers or something like that. So again, very very competitive. Let's get back into it here. Okay, Google searches for homes for sale were up 30% from their November low during the week ending January 14th, but down 26% from a year earlier. So again, a lot of the multiple offer situations that we're seeing right now are more of four, maybe the 1 to 5 offers of multiple offers. So 1 to 5 buyers, at least here in Vermont, for every solid listing that hits the market, that's accurately priced. Things are still moving, things are still going quickly, and there's still a lot of buyers out there. There's just not that much inventory, and we've talked about it many times on this channel. It's expensive for people to move, and move up buyer is having difficulty because things are expensive. Even people who are empty nesters and they want to downsize, it's still expensive for them to go out and either purchase a home right now, or if they're going to get some sort of financing, which a lot of empty nesters don't. But if they were, the monthly payment is going to be higher than what they want to pay. And same thing with people investing in small multifamily real estate. That market is very tight. I mean, I think there's only 5 multifamily properties on the market in Burlington right now. Let's take a quick look here. So we switch over the screen. So this is a search for active multifamily properties in Burlington, Vermont. There's only 5 homes on the market. I mean, that's not, I know Burlington's not a huge town, but 5 properties is just not much. Inventory is just very low. So we'll see what happens as we move into the spring here. But as of right now, the market is still very hot. It's still very competitive. Bidding wars are still happening. People are still waiving contingencies. Now, if you're a seller in this market, it's going to be important to keep your price accurate, to not overprice your home. I think the worst thing that you can do if you're a seller is list your property for more than what it's worth, and then it sits on the market for a little while. It becomes a stale listing, and when every home is getting snatched up within the first weekend, or at least every solid listing, people are going to see yours and think, what's going on with that? Why is that home sitting? And then the offer that you end up accepting is going to be an offer that is probably under your asking price and is probably going to have full contingencies, where if you price it properly and you get into a multiple offer situation, then you're probably going to be above your asking price, and buyers are more likely to waive contingencies, or at least make them more favorable, right? A pass-fail inspection, or have some sort of cover difference between appraised value and purchase price. Things like that are usually offered if buyers are competing against other buyers in this market. Now, if you're a purchaser in this market, I would say to choose your properties wisely. To, if possible, look for those homes that have been sitting for a little while. Homes that are maybe a little rough around the edges. Homes that have junk in them that might need to be cleared out. If you're willing to solve those issues and go through that extra legwork, that's where you're going to find the best deals. Now, if you find yourself in a multiple offer situation, you're going to want to be aggressive within your means if you really want that property. And then I would say if you do find yourself in a multiple offer situation and you're competing against other buyers and you're offering well above list price and being aggressive with your contingencies, the mindset that you should have is a long-term mindset in this case, right? There's a lot of uncertainty in the economy right now. There's a lot of uncertainty in the housing market. Now, supply is still so low, and I just don't see where a massive influx of supply is going to come from. So I don't, at least here in Vermont, don't see the bottom falling out of these housing prices. But at the same time, if you're being aggressive and you're going well above asking, you want to think at least 5-10 years in the future, as far as a break-even point. And look, if prices continue to go up, then that's just a bonus for you. But at the end of the day, you have to think about why you're purchasing this property, what it's giving you outside of the investment, financial aspect, and decide if that's worth it for you. So that would be my advice. If I guess that's all I have for this video. If you folks are looking to sell or purchase a home here in Vermont, all my contact information is listed below. Feel free to reach out to me directly. Phone or email is great. Let me know what you think of this video. Leave me a comment. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What do you think about my strategies? I always love hearing from you guys. Other than that, I will see you in the next video, and have a good night.